Good morning, students. I'm going to take the class on EC 8395 Communication Engineering. Today we are going to see about the Unit 1 introduction part. So, analog modulation. What you all know about the analog modulation? So, it means consists of both amplitude modulation as well as the frequency modulation. So in this analog modulation, there are so many subdivisions. Let me see one by one in this unit. So this is the program outcomes of the computer science and engineering, and it was before entering into the subject, we have to know all about the program outcomes of computer science and engineering department. So this will help you to learn more and in depth in your subjects. So that's why I have mentioned the program outcomes. So the first one is engineering knowledge. For this engineering knowledge, and next problem analysis. Third one is design or development of solutions. Fourth one is conduct investigations of complex problems. Fifth one, modern tool usage. And sixth one is engineer and society. Seventh one, environment and sustainability. Eighth one, ethics. Ninth one, individual and teamwork. 10th one is communication, and the 11th one is project management and finance. 12th one is lifelong learning. So these are the 12 points of the program outcomes. Next, in this unit 1, what you are going to tell about the objectives means to introduce the course by existing technology, and it was also used for the case studies, simulation process, and also contributions of scientists. So this will help for us to be viewed in the futuristic vision. So for that process we are studying this unit. So next one, from this first unit, what you are going to learn means ability to comprehend and appreciate the significance and role of the course in the present contemporary world. So in this world you can significance the role of the so many courses. So that's why we are going to study in that's all we are going to study in this unit 1. Okay, you all know about the communication. Do you know what is communication? Yes, communication is the process, and it will establish the connection between one point to another points, and it will exchange the information from the one area to another area. That is the simple explanation of communication. Okay, there are three essential things. One is sender or transmitter, another one is receiver, and another one is communication channel. Okay, so do you all know about that sender or transmitters mean? That is, for example, for this communication I am saying one example. That is, I am a sender and I am the transmitter, denoted as transmitter. So I am sending one messages to my friend, that my friend is a receiver part. So in between myself and my friend there is one communication channel. I means through the mobile only we are sending the messages, or else letter or anything else. So that in between both of them, that portion is known as the communication channel. Okay, so next we see about the modulation. Modulation means it is the process that the message signal will over some carrier to make it suitable transmission over the long distance. That process is known as the modulation process. Okay, next demodulation means what? It is the process of separating the message signal from the modulated carrier signal. So you all know that ஒரு modulating signal வந்து நம்ம கொடுக்குறோம், அடுத்த carrier signal கொடுக்குறோம். ஸோ அந்த மாடுலேட்டிங் சிக்னல்ல இருந்து வந்து மெசேஜ் சிக்னல் மட்டும் செப்பரேட் பண்ணி கொடுக்கறது வந்து என்னது? டிமாடுலேஷன் சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, next we see about the amplitude modulation. Okay, here the modulating signals will modulate amplitude, frequency or phase of the carrier due to its variations in the amplitude. Okay, so both the frequency and the phase modulation is called as angle modulation. So now we are going to see about the how we can form an equation for AM wave. Okay, this one is the message signal. First one diagram is message signal, and then carrier wave, and after that both of the message signal and carrier wave are combined together to form the AM wave. So this is one of the example of the amplitude modulation. So first one equation is modulating signal. So modulating equation, signal equation will be denoted as Vm of t equal to Vm sin omega mt. Okay. Next, the carrier signal equation. It will be denoted as Vc of t is equal to Vc sin omega ct, where here Vm is denoted as amplitude of the message signal and Vc is denoted as amplitude of the carrier signal. According to this definition, the amplitude of the carrier signal is changed to modulation signal. So that equation will be changed to Vam of t is equal to Vam sin omega ct. Here we denote that omega as a 2 pi f. So Vam sin 2 pi f ct it will come. Okay. So in this equation we will differentiate that. That is Vam of t is equal to Vc plus Vm of t into sin 2 pi fct. Okay. Next, we have to substitute the first equation, that is Vm of t in this third equation, Vam of t. Okay. So Vam of t is equal to Vc plus Vm sin 2 pi fmt into sin 2 pi fct. So multiply the sin 2 pi fct inside the equation, means we will get Vc into 1 plus Vm by Vc sin 2 pi fmt into sin 2 pi fct. So at last we will receive the equation as Vc into 1 plus Ma into sin 2 pi fmt into sin 2 pi fct. So here Ma is denoted as Vm by Vc, that is a modulation index of the amplitude modulation. Okay. Are you all clear about this equation? Okay. Next we move to the next equation. So what do we mean by modulation index? So the simplest definition is the ratio of the maximum amplitude of modulating signal Em to the maximum amplitude of the carrier signal Ec is called as modulation index. So modulation index is equal to Em by Ec. Okay. So next one is the percentage modulation. So percentage modulation is if the modulation index is expressed on percentage, then it is called as a percentage modulation. That is Em by Ec into 100. Let me see about the calculation of modulation index. Okay. So Em is equal to E max minus E minimum by 2. Okay. You all know about that. So next is the EC. So EC means E max minus Em. Okay. So in this Em we have to substitute the upper first equation in the second equation. So E max minus E minimum by 2. Then taking the 2 as the LCM on both sides, then we get E max plus E minimum by 2. Okay. So next one is we have to take the equation in the above ratio of the equation from the above process. So we all know that is modulation index is equal to maximum amplitude of the modulating signal to the carrier amplitude of the modulating signal. So Em by Ec. So substitute the Em value and Ec value in this equations. So Em value is E max minus E minimum by 2 and Ec value is E max plus E minimum by 2. So next we will receive E max minus E minimum by E max plus E minimum. This is the equation of modulation index. Okay. Next we are going to see about the frequency spectrum and bandwidth. Okay. So we all know that modulated carrier has new signals at the different frequencies. that is sideband frequencies, upper sideband frequencies and lower sideband frequencies. There are two frequencies. So in this carrier we have used this both frequency levels. So first we are going to see the equation as for upper sideband frequency, it will be denoted as Fc plus Fm. That means carrier frequency plus modulating frequency. But in the lower sideband frequency, it will be denoted as carrier frequency minus modulating frequency. So this expression will be substituted in the amplitude modulated wave equation. So you all know that the amplitude modulated wave equation is EAM is equal to EC plus EM sin omega mt into sin omega ct. So we know already that modulation index is EM by EC. So now we are going to submit the modulation index in this equation. So how we are going to submit means in this above equation we need only EM value. So from this modulation index we are getting the EM value and substitute in the above equation. So EM is equal to M into EC. Substituting in the above equations mean we get EC plus MEC sin omega mt into sin omega ct. So taking the EC as a common factor, so then we will get EC into 1 plus M sin omega mt into sin omega ct here. So next we will multiply the whole thing means EC sin omega ct plus M sin EC sin omega mt into sin omega ct here. Okay. By using the expanded forms of a trigonometric relation, these equations will be in the form of sin A sin B is equal to half cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So next we will receive that amplitude full wave carriers. So we will receive that upper sideband frequency as well as the lower sideband frequency, and then it is called as the double sideband frequency carrier system. Okay. So next we is going to see about the bandwidth definition. The definition of the bandwidth is the signal can be obtained by taking the difference between highest and the lowest frequencies. That is, highest frequency means we will denote it as a upper sideband frequency, and the lowest frequency we will denote it as lower sideband frequency. So bandwidth is equal to FUSB minus FLSB. So we know USB as a FC plus FM and LSB as a FC minus FM. So subtracting these both equations, we get bandwidth is equal to 2 FM. So thus the bandwidth of the amplitude modulating signal is twice of the maximum frequency of modulating signal. So next we is going to see about the AM power distribution. Okay. So what do you mean by the AM power distribution? In the power distribution total power, we have to find the AM wave. We have to sum the carrier power and also the two sideband powers. Okay. So that is PT is equal to PC plus PUSB plus PLSB. So all know about that upper sideband power is M EC by 2 the whole square divided by 2R. On squaring its both side, we will get a M squared EC squared by 8R. So next we are going to maintain the MEC by 2 as the peak voltage of upper sideband frequency and lower sideband frequency. So we will receive M squared by 4 into EC squared by 2R. So let me denote it as M squared by 4 into PC. Okay. Next, therefore the total power transmitted power is PT is equal to PC plus PUSB plus PLSB. So substituting the USB and LSB values in this equation means we get PC plus M squared by 4 into PC plus M squared by 4 into PC. So we will receive that PC plus M squared by 2 into PC. So taking the PC as a common, we will receive PC into 1 plus M squared by 2. This is the AM power distribution equation. Next we are going to see about the AM current calculations. Okay. So let me see that in this current calculation, we all know that the power and the current in the antenna are related by P is equal to I squared into R. Here P is the antenna power, I is the antenna current and R is the resistance of the antenna. Now we are going to find out the total power and total current. So P total is equal to I square total into R. Okay. So we all know that already PC is equal to IC squared by R. So substituting this in this equation, or equating this both equation means we will get P total is equal to PC into 1 plus M squared by 2. So in P total we are substituting I square total into R, and PC we are substituting IC squared into R into 1 plus M squared by 2. So in both sides there is a R, so we will cancel it out. So finally we received I square total is equal to IC squared into 1 plus M squared by 2. Okay. So the I total is equal to IC into root of 1 plus M squared by 2. Now we are going to equate the total current, carrier current and modulation index. So we will receive the equation as I squared total by IC squared equal to 1 plus M squared by 2. So in this we will definitely keep the M squared only here, and transfer all the other parts to next side. So M squared is equal to 2 into I squared total by IC squared minus 1. So M is equal to root of 2 into I squared total by IC squared minus 1. So this equation gives the modulation index in terms of currents. So that's all. We will see the next